something which supposedly is very sharp, or has to be very sharp. And I'll have to check the database before I say something.
Let's find out how things happen.
Yeah, how do you get to this?
Exactly.
Right. So knight f3, knight f6, and instead of going for the Catalan, white goes knight to c3, bishop b4, which we call Ragozin defense, right? And the moves are, you can take d5 and then develop the bishop to either f4 or g5. You can do so immediately. I think bishop g5 is the move. And queen a4 check is also one of the main moves. And back in the day where Ragozin kind of introduced this idea of playing bishop b4, he was laughed upon because they said, like, but now white gives a check and you have to play knight c6 as your knight is in front of your pawn, so your position is bad. That was a very, very short and spot-on analysis back then, right? Bishop g5, but black discovered some really, really clever ways of going about in this position. e4, interestingly, is the move that's the engine doesn't really like, but it is one of the more popular moves. So white can play e3, a little bit more conservative. White can go a3 apparently, and then probably forces black to take if he wanted to. If he wanted to preserve, you know, the extra pawn and make it a kind of a real gambit. And this one, who knows what it is? Queen d5, bishop takes, pawn takes. It's a mess. So you can have that, and e4. Bishop d7, and Yuffa just played the queen back to d1. Wow.
Yeah, you had to get the queen out of dodge because knight takes d4 was a massive threat.
Here, like bishop c4, knight d4, the queen's attacked, but you take the bishop, but no, that's a... Have you heard it's called family fork when you when you fork into three or more pieces?
And the queen and the rook together, yeah, completely.
So queen back to d1, which is once again not your most obvious choice, I'd say, because like you could have gone to c2, right? You could have gone to c2, which makes e4 protected.
Right.
Because after, the problem I have after queen d1 is that black goes h6, and you cannot keep the bishop on the board, or maybe you can. Maybe you just like sack the e4 pawn, you go here, and if bishop takes, you take with the pawn. If knight takes, you take c4, and you say, who cares about little dudes? Development is the key, right? Because it seems like black is up a healthy pawn for not much.
Right. I remember one of the Vovok brothers did something very similar to me, and I made the mistake of going bishop to h4, and he just went g5.
Yeah, but then after g5, everything's...
A different position, but it was something very similar.
Over here, after g5, like everything just collapses.
Completely.
Right, I imagine after h6 you'd have to take, then queen takes, bishop takes, and the fact that black did not castle short, I'm thinking, can you play it sort of a Botvinnik variation style? Castles long, and who knows, maybe even...
Go g5?
g5.
Wow. Now that...
We will left it here. E4 cast. Takes here, and that's, we said, quite possibly white has to do it, and just hope that something works here, but nothing works. Yeah, Queen A3, 95. Gukesh was very precise in defending this one. 7F6, Bishop E6. It must have been Jovanka, just the mix. Some move orders mixed in this game. Yeah, rook down, not a lot of a chance.
So catching up with the final position or the
So
game
check
position.
here, and you have to. How do you run away? By the way, there's something strange happening here.
Well, he's
So
just
king
gone
here,
to
check
and then
here,
he's blocked with the bishop.
and bishop G7. Yeah, that's on the board.
Yeah, it's on the board.
It's on the board.
The
You
question
run other
for white
checks.
is how to keep up the checks, which you cannot do.
Check and checkmate is what black's threatening. Checkmate in 2, and yeah. To add to that, black is rook up.
Yeah, well, I guess you have to go king f1.
King F1. Yeah.
Then
the move I'm playing is Queen H8. I know it's not the strongest move, but
it's enough.
make sure it trades the queens. Yeah, and that's
have
what
an
I want to see.
I have an expression for that. Put it in the bank.
Yeah, to put it in a bank.
Exactly. Yeah.
Precisely. We've been told, remember, that there was a beautiful game played by Fedoseev on lower boards on board 15.
Hang on, we have resignation.
Doesn't resignation.
Gukesh wins and moves 2.5 points out of 3.
Might have been on 3 out of 3 would he convert yesterday's but
Well, it's not
should have.
not easy to be perfect. But fantastic game there from Gukesh with the black pieces. Everything went his way. Perfect opening. Yuffa confused the move order somewhat, went for this e5, and Gukesh just showed us why it was bad, and he handled the danger like the world champion that he is.
Absolutely. So, not a walkover really, but relatively smooth, not very smooth, but relatively easy game, I wanted to say. So, getting the advantage with black after 15 moves.
Yeah. So, you mentioned that there was...
Fedoseev's game, I just seen it was a really, really funny position there. I'm not sure if the game is not finished by now. And I've lost.